very much to the member of opposition. We now call on the government to close up their case for us, please.
Let's see, we've got Tony Hawk. Just put it up.
Thanks,
He's pretty badass. Pretty badass.
Members of the House and Madam Speaker, today we come to you with a question, well, a couple. The one is, would the child be better off knowing about his ADHD or not knowing?
Yeah.
Now, today I'm going to answer just 3 questions that I feel by answering them would just bring this debate together. The one would be, what is the idea behind ADHD? The second is, what is the actual consequences of ADHD? And then, what is a life like with ADHD? But first, I'm just going to explain to you what happened in the debate today. What government has brought to us was this label posted on ADHD and how bad it is and how society treats you differently. They also said that this placebo is provided with ignorance. Opposition brought us that why it is important that people need to know. Because then you can't be labeled as dumb or naughty. You're then merely labeled as ADHD, an illness. They also said that now, as soon as this person has ADHD and he does not know it, even though he does have it, he can still not achieve anything. Only by knowing what it is, he can achieve this. Which is false. By knowing this, he would use it as a crutch by saying that I cannot concentrate because I have ADHD. I cannot do that because I have ADHD. I do not need to aim for 80% in my test because I have ADHD. I've got a mental illness that prevents me from doing better. What we have brought to you, well, let me just go first to closing opposition, not at this moment, thank you. They said that we do not understand and we need to understand, and if we hide this, we will never understand. Which is untrue, no thank you. Which is untrue, because we do not understand. Professionals do not completely understand this. There are so many misdiagnoses of ADHD because we do not fully understand it. And by them saying that everybody needs to know it, it's just going to create more confusion in this particular situations. They also said that by you having ADHD and not everybody knowing about it, you'll be labeled as different. If you have ADHD, you'll be labeled as different as well. But now the thing is that if you're not labeled as ADHD, which we find in our high schools at this moment, so many people struggle to concentrate. In university as well, so many people take pills and natural medication to help them concentrate. People have a problem with concentration. You being labeled as a diseased person, a mental disorder, would just make this worse. No, thank you. They also said that children make responsible choices. This is so untrue. If this child knows he has ADHD, he's not going to merely stop eating sweets. Children like sweets. No, thank you. Not at this moment. They also said that parents have complete control over their children, which is true to a large extent. Which would be perfect. If you have control, if I, as a parent, have control over my child, do you not think that I will be able to control his illness without him knowing about it, without anyone else knowing about it, without anybody having a detrimental effect on his future? I will accept my first point.
Yes, explain to us then, and the matter we've brought you is why what we're giving you is an open and controlled environment to deal with why a controlled environment is better.
Yes. Okay, so they're saying that if the teacher knows this person has ADHD, which I'm just going to quickly ask a question. If this teacher does not already know that this child has ADHD, how will he know how to do it? If he does not know the symptoms of it, how will he know how to cure it? Exactly that question. I do not think that our teachers in this economic times know exactly how to treat ADHD. You need specific therapists and people who know exactly what to do in these situations. And our teachers do not know how to do this.
Can I just please one more?
No, thank you, not at this moment. Now, thank you for answering that PLI. That takes care of one of my rebuttals. Now, they said that we just leave children, if with this policy, we just leave them to their own extent. This is exactly the opposite. We care enough to provide them with the best future, to care enough to not let anybody else label them as anything. So do you not think that by us caring this much, we will have intimate relationship with that child, knowing exactly the steps that he takes, knowing exactly the choices that he makes. I think so. Now, I'm going on to my first question. What is the idea behind this condition? Now, throughout this debate, no more. Throughout this debate, it has been proved to us that this makes you less of a person. Well, the label behind it is you're less of a person. You have less of a future. And that's exactly what it is. Now, you cannot concentrate. You have this mental disorder. People have actually psychically evaluated you, and now you have this disorder. Do you not think that you having a medical certificate saying that you are ADHD positive now lets you creates that crutch for you not having to care that much, for you having to rather excel in something else, not having to sit down and do something, rather going to do rugby. Exactly the opposite. Now, you're not knowing that you have that concentration order. You're falling under this so large group of people that cannot concentrate. You will just work as hard as those other people. Not even harder, because you have so much more of a concentration problem.
Yes, yeah.
No, thank you. But,
Yes, please. Is it?
no, I'm not going to accept any more, thank you. Now, also they said that you having, you not knowing about ADHD would push you from the group. Now people are labeling you as you do not know your work, you are dumb. This isn't true, because children actually just care about who is the funnest child, who has the most fun, who has the most energy. And exactly that's what ADHD does. It doesn't say that now you are dumb. Well, it just makes that you cannot concentrate. You have too many thoughts. You cannot concentrate on one simple thing. I'm going on to my second question. What is the actual consequences of ADHD? It's an attention disorder. You cannot concentrate on one thing. You cannot concentrate on one thing for long. Sitting down is hard. And playing on a playground is easy. You do not need to sit down. Therefore, these children will flourish. That completely destroys that entire argument of opposition about you being labeled as different.
Yes, yeah.
No, thank you. And also, this ADHD is also very simply it's already been there are many ways of just in creating a life that is much better suited, having less candy and so forth. So therefore, we find that ADHD is not that hard to live with if nobody else knows. Knowing about it makes your life harder. Thank you.